Hi there. So good to see you again. You know, we're going to look right now at sitting, and sitting in a particular way. Sitting is the most compressive thing that we do, most compressive thing in our bodies. And that's why there's so much trouble with hip flexors, and so much trouble with hip replacement, because we never ever really use our bodies in full flexion. Get on the floor, do squats, do things like that. That's why we do so much floor work and work on the floor here at PCA. So we're going to really look at a number of distinctions right here. We're looking at a distinction we call long sitting, where we create length through the spine in sitting. And I brought Mr. Bones to support us, our awareness around what that means, what decompression means. And the first thing we want to look at is the deep, deep muscles along the back and along the front are our postural tone. And how we sit on our sit bones makes a difference in how we're able to unlock and release the hip socket and actually get natural lift through the spine if we allow the hip joint to open. If we sit properly on the sitting bones, it has that effect. So let's look at what I mean by that. Mostly when we sit down, we sit behind the sitting bones. Waist collapses back, and that drops your head. Everything collapses. The ribs collapse down. So the front of the spine becomes very compressed. And we stay there, and the fascial tissue, the connective tissue, just glues. So that inhibits the muscles. So to find your internal lift, do you see how Mr. Bones, when he comes forward on the sitting bones, that creates lift through the spine? How you do that is you come forward, your feet are on the floor, you come forward out of your sitting bones and put your hands on underneath the bones that you sit on and pull your sit bones back. And what that does is it lengthens the back of your thigh, the hamstring, and that hamstring's connection through the bottom of your pelvis to the front of your spine. So you get length through your spine, elongating and decompressing your joints, the vertebra. You create space as you go forward. Now from there, you've created support through your feet, through the back of your leg, and through your pelvis for your spine. Press into your feet very gently. Inhale and sit up. Exhale and feel the waterfall of the shoulder blades down your back, meeting the internal lift up the front. We call that shoulder blade to deep belly. So we'll do that again. Come forward out of your hips, hinging forward. Feel your sit bones move back as you go forward. Press gently into your feet. Inhale to sit up over your pelvis. Exhale and feel the release, the waterfall of your shoulder blades down, internal lift up the front of the spine. That frees up your neck, allows everything to move freely, and I'll show you what that looks like in my body. I'll do it with you. So we're sitting on my sitting bones, feet, ankles under knees, come forward out of the sitting bones, pulling them back. That allows my spine to lengthen. Now more of my weight is in my feet, back of my leg, and my pelvis, and my spine is lengthened. Press into your feet. Inhale to sit up. Exhale, waterfall down the back, internal lift up the front, frees up my spine, allows my ribs to move freely. So now my internal support is turned on. It's that low belly below the navel is the tone we're looking for, not locking the abdominals. You want the ribs to be able to move freely and yet be stable. Let's do that again. Come forward out of your hips. Feel the weight into your feet, back of the legs, pelvic bones. Press gently into your feet. Inhale to sit up. Exhale, waterfall, down the back, up the front, internal lift, soft neck, free ribs, can move freely, and yet I'm grounded. That's what you do all the time. You do that to free up your spine when you're sitting. If you're in a car, you can just put a small pad. I'm going to show you what it looks like on a chair when we do the Pilates chair, for instance. When you come forward, when you sit on your Pilates chair, there I'm on my sit bones, come forward, free up, right, release down through my feet, sitting up, inhale, exhale, feel that support, and that's what moves my legs. The internal support moves my legs. Now I don't feel any pressure in my back. I feel very supported through my center, and my legs can move freely. See? And you can see how I'm free up top, internally supported. Now, if this position is too close for you, you want to sit back. And this is the same thing you would do in a regular chair. In a regular chair, you do the same thing. You put a pad the back of the chair so you're decompressing your legs. You sit on the pad in a regular chair. You do the same thing here, where you sit on your sit bones, put your feet down, come forward out of your hips, press into your feet, inhale to sit up, exhale. Feel how the legs are free. The legs are free to move, and now whether it's more comfortable for me to sit here or here, you can see how my weight is over my pelvis. My weight is not in my legs. My legs can move freely. So that's the distinction long sitting. Long sitting is, how is my leg connected to my spine? How does it get connected? How do am I able to press gently into my feet and stand? How do I pour myself into my feet when I stand up? So now my leg, as I move, I feel connected from head to foot, foot to head, hand to foot. Everything is always connected to everything else. Long sitting is another distinction of how we don't get overly compressed through the hips, the back, how everything frees up, spacious, open, and that's a distinction for moving in any discipline, Pilates, yoga. It doesn't matter. Washing the dishes. Body doesn't care. All it wants is our relationship with it. So, thank you so much. See you soon.